That collection letter in your hand might be illegal before the ink dries. Not because of a typo, not because they used the wrong font, because they can't prove the amount. And if they can't prove the amount, the whole thing collapses. Medical debt collectors don't get to just make stuff up. There are rules, and those rules are a lot stronger than most people think. In fact, 3 words can shut them down. 3 words. We'll get to them. But first, let's talk about why that letter you're holding is probably wrong. Hospital billing is a disaster. You go in for a sprained ankle. You leave with a bill that has codes for things you never got. Maybe they charged you for a sling. You didn't get a sling. Maybe they billed the insurance twice for the x-ray. Maybe the insurance paid half and they forgot to apply it. The result? A number that exists more in a billing chaos than in reality. These errors are so common that studies suggest up to 80% of medical bills contain errors. The exact figure is debated, but even low estimates are alarming. But even if it's on the low end, that's millions of people being chased for money they don't actually owe. And that's where the collection agencies come in. They buy these debts for pennies on the dollar. They send scary letters. They call. They act like the amount is carved in stone. It's not. So what happens if that bill is wrong? The collection effort collapses without proof. And that's your first weapon, the thing they don't want you to know about. Here's the 3 words. Validate this debt. That's it. Under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, or FDCPA, you have 30 days from receiving that initial letter to demand validation. They must send you written verification. The amount, the name of the original creditor, and proof that the debt is actually yours. If they can't produce that, they have to stop collecting. They can't call, they can't send more letters, they can't sue, the whole thing freezes. Picture a stickman. He gets a letter. He mails back a small envelope with those 3 words inside. The collector stickman on the other end starts sweating. The file they got from the hospital is a mess. The supporting documents are missing. The billing codes don't match, they have nothing. And now they're stuck. Most collectors don't have the paperwork. They bought a spreadsheet with names and dollar amounts. The original records, somewhere in a hospital basement, probably never digitized. So when you ask for proof, they often can't provide it. The collection goes away. Not because they're generous, because the law says so. Now, what if the debt is technically valid? Well, there's another layer. The No Surprises Act. It went into effect January 1, 2022. It bans surprise, out-of-network billing in many situations. You know the classic. You go to an in-network ER, but the doctor who treats you is out-of-network, and you get a separate bill for thousands of dollars. That's called balance billing. It's a nightmare. And it used to fuel a lot of medical collections. The No Surprises Act says you can't do that anymore. If you get an emergency service or a non-emergency service at an in-network facility, the provider can't bill you more than the in-network cost sharing. If they try, that bill itself may be illegal. And if that bill gets sent to collections, the collector is chasing a debt that was never valid in the first place. There's a catch. The law isn't retroactive. If you got a surprise bill in 2021, it's still out there. But for anything after January 2022, the debt may be legally unenforceable. So far, we've got 2 ways a collector can be on thin ice. The amount is wrong, or the bill should never have existed. But there's a third front. Your credit report. Medical debt on credit reports used to be a monster. It could tank your score before you even knew the bill existed. But things have changed. In 2022, the big 3 credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, made some voluntary changes. They weren't forced by a law. They did it because they're terrified of what the CFPB might do next. But still, here's what's different now. First, paid medical debts are removed from your credit report entirely. No more waiting 7 years. Gone. Second, unpaid medical debts now have a 365-day waiting period before they can appear. That's a full year. Before that, they just sit in limbo. Third, any medical debt under $500 is not reported at all. Not even after the year passes. So if some lab fee for $49.99 goes to collections, it can't touch your credit. And on top of that, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has been moving toward banning all medical debt from credit reports. A proposed rule could make those voluntary changes permanent law. It's not final yet, but the direction is clear. So that collection letter, it might be threatening a credit hit that no longer exists, or at least that's legally stunted. Now combine all of this. The bill is probably wrong. If it's not wrong, the No Surprises Act might make it invalid. And even if it's valid, it might not even hit your credit report for a year, if ever. The scary letters are often empty threats. But here's the thing, you have to act. Ignoring the letter is the one move that can make everything worse. If you don't dispute it, you lose your validation rights. A debt collector can get a default judgment if you don't respond to a lawsuit. So what do you actually do? Step 1, when you get that letter, don't panic. Look at the date. You have 30 days to dispute. Write a dispute letter asking for validation. Keep a copy. Send it certified mail. It's boring, but it works. Step 2, check whether the bill is accurate. Look at your insurance explanation of benefits. Call the provider if needed. You might find a mistake. If you do, you can also dispute with the collector with the evidence. Step 3. If the bill is a surprise out-of-network charge from after January 2022, mention the No Surprises Act. Say the debt is invalid because it violates federal law. That tends to make collectors nervous. Step 4. Pull your credit reports. You currently get free weekly ones. See if the debt appears. If it's there and shouldn't be, dispute it with the credit bureau directly. The system is not a monolith. It's a patchwork of laws, policies, and panicked industry moves. It's a house of cards held together by your silence. Once you ask for proof, the scary letters often stop. That collection letter we started with, now imagine it sitting under a red fact-check stamp, unverified, unsupported. Then imagine that same letter being fed into a shredder. That's not a fantasy. That's the FDCPA, the FCRA, and the No Surprises Act doing what they were designed to do. So remember the 3 words. Validate this debt. Use them. You're not powerless. The rules exist. Make them follow them. Now go validate something.